Good afternoon. I'm Technical Sergeant Caleb Osland. On behalf of the Commander, 9th Special Operations Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Major Drew Belcher, welcome to today's memorial ceremony honoring the life of Staff Sergeant Michael Pearson. For today's ceremony, proper etiquette and respect towards our flag requires military members to stand at attention during the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. Our civilian attendees and those not in uniform should place your right hand over your heart during our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Kennan Air Force Base Honor Guard, the singing of the national anthem by Master Sergeant Jenny Wheeler, and the invocation by Chaplain Trevor Roberts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Friends, we are gathered here today to honor our wingman, our colleague, our friend, a member of our family. Staff Sergeant Michael Pearson was a light in our squadron. He blessed our lives in his own unique way. It feels like he has been stolen from us, taken away way too soon, with so much more to give. Yet as we work to process this devastating experience, let us not forget that though he is not here with us, the mark that he left is flying on with us as we continue our mission. His light has not been blown out. His light is still burning brightly. We carry with us a spark from his light, the genuine qualities he expressed and the blessings he gave. Michael may be gone, but his light is not. His light cannot be put out, nor is it forgotten. He sparked a light in all of us. He passed his light forward. He gifted us with his loyal friendship, his loyalty to family, his humor, his servant leadership, his curiosity, his kindness, his diligence, and his dedication to the mission. Though we may be heartbroken, confused, hurt, or angry, let's let Michael's light illuminate the path out of the darkness into living a life of gratitude for what he gave us. Remember what Michael taught us. Remember what our wingman gave us. Learn from him and allow his memory to live on in how we live our lives and how we choose to complete the mission together. We commemorate Michael's life in how we choose to live ours. We celebrate his life by letting our lights shine. We carry his light forward by living with integrity, serving others, and having excellence in all we do. I would like to invite you to pray with me in my tradition, in your tradition, as I pray in mine. Loving Spirit, hold us close in our time of grief, in our time of need. Wrap Michael, who was lost in this treacherous event, in your loving arms. Thank you for blessing our lives with his presence, no matter how short it was. Thank you for bringing his light into our experience. Keep his light shining on. Wrap his family and friends in your tender, loving arms as they grieve his loss. Help them find peace. Wipe their tears away so they can rest in your love. Give us grace today. Teach us to cherish the good so we do not allow the heartache, the confusion, and the pain of this experience to take over our lives. Show us how to fill our hearts with light so the darkness has no power. Protect us as we serve you and our country. Lord, give us the courage to let our light shine so our lives can honor you, commemorate our fallen wingmen, and steadfastly serve our country. Amen.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Jenny Wheeler, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you as well to the Honor Guard for presenting our colors and Chaplain Trevor Roberts for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We'd like to extend a warm welcome to Sergeant Pearson's mother, Charlene, his father, Michael, and his wife, Ashley. Additionally, a welcome to all wing leadership, squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, 27th Special Operations Wing Airmen, families, and friends in attendance today. We have come together this afternoon to honor the life and memory of Staff Sergeant Michael Pearson. Our sincere hope is that this ceremony will honor and commemorate a fellow airman, a friend, and provide comfort for our Cannon family who mourn the loss of our brother in arms. Today's ceremony provides an opportunity for some of our members to briefly talk about how Sergeant Pearson was truly a part of our organization. It is my pleasure to introduce the Commander, 9th Special Operations Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Major Drew Belcher.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to start by apologizing as I've been working through a cold the last few days. That explains all the sniffling, especially during the video of the funeral, I promise. It has nothing to do with the fact that I think the first sergeant was chopping up onions in the front row. Thank you, Colonel Johnson, Colonel McMaster, Mr. Jones, Colonel Hogan, Colonel Milmark, and the rest of the wing and group and squadron leaders who are here today, as well as all the members of the Steadfast Line who have joined us to mourn the loss and celebrate the life of Staff Sergeant Michael Pearson. Thank you, Ms. Charlene, Mr. Pearson, and Ms. Ashley for joining us, making the trip out here to come be with our family as we remember your son today. Also, thank you to Master Sergeant Select DeShirt, Master Sergeant Steinbuck, Airman Singletary, Walker, Pravatone for helping put all this together. It's beautiful. Also, thank you to Sergeant Osland for being our MC today, as well as Sergeant Brooks and Airman Hagenow for speaking. And as well, I want to thank Airman Reynolds for helping to set up the Honor Guard, our very own, and then also Airman Trapani, our very own, and his team for being part of the Color Guard. Thank you, Sergeant Wheeler, for singing the national anthem. It was beautiful as always. And thank you, Chaplain Trevor Roberts, for your participation today and your endless support of the Nighthawks. Thank you. Today is a difficult day as we say goodbye to a teammate and a friend. Death is an inevitable enemy, but when we see death at such a young age, it's tragic and it's heartbreaking. Michael was a good maintainer and a good friend. He took care of his people and he worked hard. He was a unique person. He had a lot of very interesting hobbies, and he was very passionate about them. At one of our ice cream socials with Swing Shift, I asked the group the same question I ask every group, which is, what is one unique thing about you or one unique thing you've done that probably no one else in the room has done? Although it took a little bit of prodding, Michael shared that he collected Pokemon cards. And I was immediately intrigued because you don't give that answer if you just have a handful of Pokemon cards. And so after some more follow-up questions, Michael explained that he had boxes and boxes of Pokemon cards, varying from all different types and styles, and even some rare and valuable ones. He went on and talked at length about it with a lot of questions. It was very enjoyable to listen to. And I realized at that point that Michael is a very passionate person, and that even in something as simple as collecting Pokemon cards, he could be so invested and enthusiastic. As I look back on that interaction, I hope that I can be that passionate about the things just like he was. That we've experienced in our unit in recent years, and it's just as hard, if not harder, as it makes us look back on all the people we've lost throughout our lives. However, I'm encouraged by the way that our team has come together during this difficult time to connect and support one another, more than any time I've seen before. And although it's still challenging and painful and at times overwhelming, we know we have each other to rely on, whether that be from small groups or meeting at Red Door or whatever it is. We've come together and support each other, and I have seen the difference. Watching it all come together during this time has reminded me that the military is more than just a job. It's a community and it's a family. And it has made me so proud to watch you support each other during this season and to feel the support from all over the base and different parts of the maintenance community around the Air Force. During difficult circumstances like these, I find comfort in my faith, and I reminisce on Bible verses such as Psalm 62, verses 5 through 6, which says, "Yes, my soul, find rest in God. My hope comes from him. Truly, he is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be shaken." So whether you're a religious person or not, I encourage you, I beg you, to find something or someone that can be your rock and your fortress. Find the people who you can support and who will support you, who you can love and who will love you no matter what is going on. Find those people and invest in them. Build those relationships that will give you comfort and hope, knowing that you can always turn to them when you need it most. And make sure they know they can do the same. I'm proud to be a part of the Air Force family and to serve in the steadfast line. And I'm proud of each and every one of the Nighthawks of the 9th SOMXS. And I love all of you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Major Belcher. At this time, Technical Sergeant Brooks and the deployed team wish to offer their heartfelt thoughts and tributes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Technical Sergeant Brooks. I was one of Michael's previous supervisors, but we were friends. Michael was an intelligent person. He could process information and understand pretty quickly. Unfortunately, we didn't get to spend that much time working on the line together and we spent most of our time as a supervisor and a peer. I believe he had the most enjoyment during his time when he get to go TDY. He would always come back and tell me of all his stories and how it was very important to him. Over the last few months, we got to start to know each other a little bit more when he would come over and have dinner with my family. I got to find out how real competitive he was. After these dinners, we would like to play a lot of board games or card games. And one of the times it was Thanksgiving. And I don't know if you know the card game Uno, No Mercy. It was his first time playing it. And during that, he ended up finishing second after a 2-hour-long stint of it. That's when I got to feel like he was really quiet, but he could pick up and he could learn. Unfortunately, I won't ever get to beat him in a card game or a board game from now on, but he will always be a part of my family, and I will truly miss him as a friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Brooks. Now, Senior Airman Hagenow, a deployed teammate, would like to say a few words.
Hello, this is Joseph Hagenow. I really wish I could be there for this memorial, but unfortunately at the moment I am overseas. Figured I'd get on here and say a few things about Michael Pearson. He was obviously a fantastic individual. It goes without saying. People around him, work, outside of work, I'm sure can all agree he was a very funny individual, which it's very powerful in the situations we've all been in, here in the military, especially the location we're at. Sometimes you need some morale boosting, and he was always there for us, making us laugh, constantly making jokes. It's very important to have that kind of person around. But on the serious side of things, he was extremely helpful. As you guys can imagine, going from one life to another is very difficult, very stressful, and nobody has to help you. So when they do, you really take it to heart and appreciate it. And he was one of those people for me. I had a lot of stupid questions, and he never made me feel stupid for asking. He's constantly giving me reassurance and guidance. So I'll always be thankful for that. People around him felt it. Him not being here is obviously left a lot of hearts very heavy. I feel for all of you guys there. I know we're mourning the loss of one of the good ones. So lots of love from me to you guys, and sending out my prayers.
Thank you, Senior Airman Hagenow, who's not here. If anyone else would like to come forward and offer their thoughts for Sergeant Pearson, we'd like to give them the time to do so before the final invocation from Chaplain Roberts, excuse me. Okay, without further ado, Chaplain Trevor Roberts, would you like to come forward and offer your final reflections and benedictions for our brother Michael? Thank you.
The benediction is from Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Let us all take a moment of silence for Staff Sergeant Michael Pearson. Final roll call and the playing of taps.
Master Sergeant Aaron Steinbuck,
Present for duty, sir.
Technical Sergeant District,
Present for duty, sir.
Staff Sergeant Pearson, Staff Sergeant Pearson, Staff Sergeant Pearson, This concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all for coming. Please join us for a reception with light refreshments in the fellowship hall.